Good evening, everyone. My plans are shot tonight. So I'm doing this instead. You guys got lucky. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight. So I went to go record some No Man's Sky videos, and my left bumper went out on my controller. And I've had this is the one that came with my Xbox. The Xbox is like 3 years old almost, so it lasted about 3 years. It was fine this morning. I went and took a nap, woke up, it's dead. So what's funny is that I was like, oh, I've got a backup controller. I've got my old Xbox One backup controller. So I went and found that, right? And I was like, I'll totally use this. And I pulled it out. And as I was pulling it, I was like, oh, wait, no. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that Lucas got a hold of. There's the first one, which I was able to fix. And then there's the second one, which I was not able to fix, which I used to use on my PC for a very long time. And then last year he chewed that up before he chewed through 2 headsets. So anyway, I did not get to record my videos. I spent an hour looking for that other controller. Didn't, found it. It's not there. So I already ordered one on Amazon, which will be here on the weekend. I didn't feel the need to do Prime because there's a local store we're going to go to tomorrow morning. I don't use Prime, so it's like I don't need to pay for extra shipping. So tomorrow morning, I got to go out to a department store and buy a new controller. And they better have one. They'll have something I can use, whether it's a wireless cheapo or something. And then Friday or Saturday, I should get a new Series X wireless controller. Anyway, that was my plan for tonight. And I sat down at 3 o'clock and was like, spent an hour doing that. And then I was like, well, shit, now I'm an hour deep. Can I still make the videos? I was like, not the ones I wanted to make. So now I got to come up with 2 more videos to record tonight that don't require me to use the left bumper. Thankfully, I'll be able to get a controller before tomorrow's stream. But when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. We're gonna play Lotro instead tonight. Monday nights for sure. I'm gonna play a little bit of Lotro. We've got the episodes going out as 30-minute episodes in a Let's Play series, if you want to check that out. Hang on, I'm taking down some notes, and then we'll get going. There are quite a lot of new people playing the legendary servers. I've been genuinely surprised. I think I'm going to wear my glasses tonight. I kind of feel like it might be a glasses night. At least for a little bit. I've got another crafting video coming out tomorrow morning. I think at 10 a.m. Central, which is from the conversation we had during the live stream on Saturday? Someone had asked the question, is it worth getting into crafting if it's my first time playing and I'm on a legendary server? And we did a big expose on why you should, and then took a look at the new crafting system, so it's a little bit more in-depth than what we did this morning. In any case, good evening everyone. Welcome to the multi-stream. I am live on YouTube and Twitch, so you get to choose where you want to watch, follow, and support. Thanks for those of you who can and do. Keeps me on the air full time. Daily streams happen at 11 a.m. Central here and on Twitch. And sometimes in the afternoons. I also stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, generally speaking, in the evenings. Monday nights are going to be Lotro for the moment. Wednesday nights are World of Warcraft. Saturday nights are World of Warcraft. The main game right now is No Man's Sky. That'll remain the case until the 22nd when I switch over to War Within for a few days, and then we're going over to Star Wars Outlaws and then into Space Marine 2. So if any of those games sound like you're going to want to have fun watching, That's what the 11 a.m. Central streams are for. But I do break everything up into 30-minute Let's Play episodes if you can't make it. Those are published throughout the day on YouTube, so make sure to check them out. Find the playlists you like. Click the notifications. All the good things. Diego says, can you answer a question? The damage of tank classes on tank specs. I'm using Guardian. Is really that low? The difference of red for blue line is astonishing. Oh yeah. It's supposed to be that way. The Guardian is not a DPS character. However, you can spec into the red line and have a DPS-y Guardian. But you're never going to have a Guardian that's doing as much DPS as a champion. Nor should you. The champion is a DPS 2 wielding or one big weapon wielding death machine. The Guardian is sword and board. Bring me your anger. I shall taunt thee. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and of course when you're soloing, you can do other stuff. I like the red line for solo, but I don't use red line when I'm tanking for a group with my Guardian. That's why you can set up multiple specs with your trait trees, because it is a huge difference. So my suggestion would be to flesh out the red line for solo, and then flesh out, I mean, if you want to go blue, go blue. Blue or yellow, either one you want to do. Either one of those is good. Blue is, if I remember correctly for the fighter, blue is like the tank stance. That's a great stance if you're going to be tanking dungeons. But if you're not tanking dungeons, you don't need it. Like, seriously. You can just do the red line and be good to go. I love red line. I think all 3 of the Guardians I have are red line. Pretty sure all the guides I have made for the Guardians over the years are red line, but I think the last one I made was a year and a half ago. It has been a hot minute. We have lots of quests. Oh my god, do we have lots of quests? I have multiple things at the Prancing Pony, which I want to ignore for now. Staddle. I think we pretty much want to do everything that's in Staddle. Yeah, let's ignore that one because that's for Barlam and Butterbur. Turn off Chasing Amdeer. I think we're good to go. Oops. Oh, by the way, I think I can go up here to the, well, go down here, I should say. I'm pretty sure I found, you know, we were talking about this during the stream, I think on Saturday. We have this quest in our journal. Other people had this quest as well. The crafting quest, it says, talk to the Master of Apprentices. I want to check something real quick, because technically there's not a Master of Apprentices in Combe. There's a Mistress of Apprentices in Combe, but not a Master of Apprentices. There is, however, a Master of Apprentices in Bree. I want to see if maybe the wording on that quest is wrong, and we can turn it in here. I'm genuinely curious. Master of Apprentices. Somebody's kitty cat's mad. Nope, you cannot turn it in here. So I think that is a dead quest, or just bugged out. Yeah, Blue Line is awesome, but it is slow. So slow. Alright, I need to get to... We'll go down. Now, if I pass a mailbox, I should probably stop. So I think I sold some auction hall stuff. I sold all my stuff, it looks like. Very nice. Oh, this is the quest up to the horse farm. So I don't need to do because I already have. I'll take it, just have it in my journal so that when we go up there. Because we will end up going up there. What's up, Poteen? What are we looking for here? Dangerous boars, it says. And also ore. Oh, there's somebody there mining it. The only thing that sucks about boars is if they get up on you. You know what? I'm just gonna kill all the bears too because I need hides. I gotta just consider these guys my crafting nodes. I'm betting they're all down. It's going well, Poteen. Oh, there's all sorts of boars down here. Very cool. That person was killing them rather quickly. I wonder if they were higher level. I didn't bother to stop and check. Epic piggy. Oh, target not in line of sight. Boo. I wonder what level I get the AoE frontals. I don't remember. Definitely want the Rowan, please. Because this is what I can make weapons with. And I'll probably go make some bows to sell on the market soon. Alright, work our way to the next. Which is something up over in here. This is the message for the constable. That didn't sound good.
Hello?
I don't know how many letters from Homeric I could put up with, friend. We had better do something about the brigands that are stealing from his pipeweed crop before I get another.
Might I have a word with you?
The Blackwolves have established a camp at Os Baranor, south and slightly west of here. I suspect they sneak out every night to steal pipeweed and produce. They're probably keeping Hemlock's pipeweed in a barrel somewhere within the ruins. If you could retrieve the barrel and bring it to Hemlock, perhaps you'll spare me another one of his letters. Good luck. I don't relish the idea of more correspondence with an angry grouse. No, I don't use any plugins at all. It's just the default UI. Yep. The only lament I have is this is a 4K machine, and I can't run this. You can run it in 4K, and the UI elements will scale, but the chat windows don't scale. The size of the chat does not scale. A lot of it doesn't scale with you, and so I spent like an hour and a half the other day trying to get it to get where I wanted it to with the with 4K, and it was more of a headache than I was willing to put in to get it all working properly. So I just put everything back in 1920 by 1080. People who watch me on the stream, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's watching me in 4K. Most people are watching me on their mobile devices, so. Not something that I really bother to stress about. There's a node, I gotta try to claim it. Nodes are rare. Grab them when you can. Oh. Shiznizzle. 2 in a row. Gammy Boggs.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Redweed's such a good constable. Always has been a moment for Grammy, he does. I've been here since I was a little hobbit, through my tweens and on into my older years. Seen a good crop of hobbit grown, seen more wander into the hill overlooking Bree or down at the Buckland of the Shire. Staddle's my home, and I shall not leave any time soon. I know all the hobbits here, who has the long hair, curly hair, even the little blonde hobbit. How curious, I said, when I seen him. Listen to me prattling on. What you need, Gammy?
Could I take a moment of your time?
We need to go talk to Falco. His garden's going through a rough spell and might not survive this season. Okay. Staddle quest I've always done. It's interesting to think about because technically they're Hobbit quests, but these are Breland hobbits, so it's like you're not doing quests with Shire hobbits.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan says I watch on my phone. I don't have a second monitor anymore. Yeah, the last time I bothered digging into thing, it was a predominantly like 65-75% of my audience on YouTube anyway watched through mobile devices. Nobody's sitting there at their desk with me on big screen. I don't watch anybody on the big screen. Everybody I watch while I'm doing other stuff. Unless I'm doing like a reaction video. Then I'll just sit and pay attention, go into big screen, but that's a little bit different. What was this quest? Oh, that was to turn in the boars. I don't want to do that quite yet. I suppose we should, though. It might lead us back in this direction. Look at this little, like, grove as you ride down the road here. It's so cool. So well done. A little bit of world building flair, even within an old engine. Dangerous boars.
How can I be of service?
Ooh, a spear? Can I not use spears? Alright, that's done. Alright, Gammy.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I've known Falco my whole life. It's not he cares about more than his garden. I'm not going to stand around and do nothing.
Stay and have some tea.
We need to talk to the Staddle folk and see if they know anything about what's up with the garden.
Just a moment.
I promised Falco I wouldn't say anything. Rumor mill's a whirling.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Shame on that girl.
Could I take a moment of your time?
I bet we can get her to talk. We need to band together and make certain that Falco gets all the help we can. Go back to Lily and try to find out what she saw.
Hello?
I might be able to tell you without saying anything, and then I wouldn't be telling, would I? I like flowers, but not just any flowers. I like the flowers that are my namesake. You know, the ones south of my house, down beyond the yellow tree. Go down there and get me a bundle of those lilies, and if you pay attention, you'll probably see the big problem facing poor Falco. Yeah, I always play blue line. The only time I've ever done red line is if I'm like playing with a dedicated static group, which hasn't. Man, the last time I did that was probably like 5 years ago. Through Angmar and Moria and into Mirkwood. We had a static group that went together for about 6 months. My brother and I and 3 other people. I think we had a 6th for like half of that time, but then it was just 5 of us. But we had a full group essentially, and I got to play Redline. It was a lot of fun, but I would not play Redline solo. Personal preference, of course. Eldo SWAT Midge.
I'm sorry. My
Gar's
thoughts were elsewhere.
sick. Alright, we need fennel seeds to finish up the herbal remedy for the dog.
I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
The widow Froghorn needs help. She won't hear of me courting her. I've been sending her letters asking her to tea, but she refuses every time. She always needs help around her farm. Go help her. Alright, he wants me to leverage the old lady. Make her like me. Excuse me. I may have to go make some more coffee. That cup was not enough. I forgot there's a first-person mode in this game. That feels really different. Wow.
How do you do?
There's only one thing he loves, and it's those dogs he raises.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
She wants me to help her collect pipeweed. Which can be found right here, I guess? There's some. Oh, I only need one batch? Okay. Feels disconcerting.
How do you do?
I'm gonna try this for a little bit, just for shits and giggles. I've been playing No Man's Sky in first person for the last little bit. I play Starfield in first person. I don't know that I've ever played this game in first person. Something different. Let's do it. Why not?
It's terrible. Just
Confused
terrible.
again? Well, I'm not going to give up. Did you mention how hardworking I am? I'm an honest fellow and good to my dogs. You go help her some more. Be sure to mention that. Like royalty.
I hope it's not a bother, but may I speak with you?
Oops. Alright. Boars. Actually, these are the boars, right? Goblins, stolen pipeweed. Quality and character. Yeah, those are over here. Yeah, I can't do redline because of that reason. I need my mobility. Here, piggy. Come here, little piece of bacon. Willow song. Hi there. Can I talk to you? Probably not. Just rowan branches. I'll take those. Oh, there's no like. That feels weird. You just do abilities out of the void. That feels really disturbing. Oh, there's some red lilies. What's up, Angmar? Look at this lovely game. How distinguished, indeed. Oh, we need bears too. Alright, well, let's take out everything I see. Alright, I don't think I can do first person anymore. That feels really weird. It's just without like any sort. Oh shit! Run away! Run away! It's a ring wraith! Run! Oh, that one's only level 15. Surely I can take it out. Nope. Nope. Help! Okay, finally. Jeez. Fly, you fool! Indeed. It's an interesting little extra, right? It's kind of like, you know, they have a chance to pop up. I seem to have a really good chance. The other night, I had like 5 of them spawn in like 3 hours, and people were saying that they'd been playing for like 2 days and hadn't had one spawn, and I'm like, well, come take these away from me, please. I don't want any more. I've had to run like forever. Wonder how long they stay up for, too. I may have to, we may have to go to character select here. No, it quit. I was wondering about the combat music. If it got stuck in a loop or something. I think it despawned. I don't see it anymore. It's such a change of pace from World of Warcraft in terms of how long the casts take and everything. It requires a certain mindset to switch to this game. I do love Lotro, but man, it plays so slow. Nothing wrong with that. Some people prefer it. I do not prefer it. And I would love, love, love if I could do this on a controller, but hey. 'Tis what it is. Red Lily. Level up is slower, says Hibbar. I enjoy really getting into a zone. That is one benefit of this game, is the zones are all, and technically it's a seamless game, right? But everything is so big. Um, like the North Downs, you could spend like 2 months just in the North Downs if you really want to. Like it's a big place. Um, there's a lot to do. You've got all of Trestlebridge, you've got all of Fornost, you've got all of Esseldine on east and west. There's just all sorts of stuff. North Downs is probably one of my favorite leveling circuits for getting, and just the whole Trollshaws. I think Trollshaws is still like my favorite zone out of all the base game. Like Trollshaws and Rivendell and the Misty Mountains. Not so much the Misty Mountains. I'm not a big fan of the Misty Mountains, but Trollshaws and Rivendell, doing quests to those areas. Trollshaws is like my favorite zone in the whole game. I freaking love that place. You get the quest to chase down Gollum, and you get to go, you know, when you're doing quests from Rivendell and you're like going and getting Glorfindel's barrel from the river, you know, from the ford crossing. Like, there's some really cool stuff, and you're getting to interact with all the elves and characters like Glorfindel and Gimli and Legolas. Like, the whole fellowship is there in Rivendell. Like, it's just really fun questing. I still need, how many more of these red lilies? 2 more. And here we go, the 2. Oh, I still need more boars, but I need specific boars because I don't think these are counting. It's okay though, because I need the hides. Shooting in the wrong direction because of tab targeting. Yay! North Downs is probably my second favorite after Trollshaws. I try really hard to avoid the Lone Lands, but that's because I've done this so much time. Like, the only reason I go to the Lone Lands is to do Radagast's quests. And to be honest with you, this time around, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna level up until I get to the point where I go to Rivendell, and I'm not gonna do any of like the low level. Because I don't think you have to, if I remember correctly, you don't have to do the book quests to get the next book quest. Does that make sense? You don't have to do Volume 1 to get to Volume 2, to get to Volume 3, to get to Volume 4. You could just, if you're of the appropriate level, you can get the quests. And so I think we're just going to work on having fun, playing, leveling up. Once we get to Rivendell, probably start doing some book quests. Because that's when you get into the really, in my mind, the more fun stuff where you're working directly for Aragorn, you're working directly for Legolas, you're working directly for Gimli, for Gandalf, for Elrond. Alright, we have more turn-ins up here, looks like. Look at those plants. That's so pretty.
lovely day, isn't it?
He's a harass. He's like stalking her. Sent you again, did he? He sure is persistent. I appreciate the help, but my answer is still no.
Is there something I can do for you?
Thank you for the flowers. You can tell Grammy Boggs that you know what I know.
Hello there.
Ooh, are these? No, they're not that great of looking. Whatever, what are we to do with you, Falco? I don't need the sword.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Alright. You've received my first fellowship quest. Is it a full fellowship or a small fellowship? And will I get my butt kicked doing it? This might be one of the ones where it sends you into an instance.
Good day.
I don't remember how this works. If I didn't pay them, then he'd burn the whole town down. Please help Constable Bulger stop them. Yeah, I don't remember if this... Since we're on Legendary, I don't remember if this is soloable or not. And what I don't want to do is ruin my streak. I want my title, man, for getting to level 20 without dying. Okay. We just dinged. I am now known as Renfail, the Indomitable. There we go. And I just got my Shed Poison ability. Right? Yeah, Purge Poison. We must defend Staddle. I think somebody else is doing the quest. Yeah. I might be able to solo this. They seem to only be level 10. Oh no, Wraith just spawned. Don't run away, buddy. It's a level 13 Wraith. Can we take it? Probably not. We're supposed to talk to Aldo at his farm. Anyway, thought I had a turn in there. I do have a turn in here. Oh, I have to wait for him to go back to this place. That's what it is.
Just a moment.
Alright, we're gonna try this. What's up, Rasputin? What's up, It's Murdo? What's up, TK20? Ashes in Vain. That's the power of the Lore Master. I do love my Lore Master. I thought about doing a Lore Master on this server. But ultimately chose the Hunter. The Lore Master is a lot of fun. I like the Beastmaster version. Alright. TK20 says my horse would lose to you in a race by a long shot. Yeah, I've got all the speed buffs. Alright, she turned you down again.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Oh, now he wants to
Hope
collect.
It's not a bother, but may I speak with
Collect her produce and sell it for her, he says. Alright, let's go do these turn-ins. These quests are fun because it's just running around, simple stuff right here. I guess, I'm wondering when you do these, I think you can just bypass Aldo's camp if you want to.
Hello there.
Aldo didn't send a layout about, did he? Alright, collected the produce.
How do you do?
My poor, poor garden. Alright.
Good day.
Ooh, what did I just get?
With you?
I got the Determination Virtue trait to level 4. Okay, cool. Alright, defeat Jasper Mudbottom. Let's see here.
It's
So
been
you've
a
got
foul
some
day, it has.
produce. Well, I'll be taking it, and here's the payment. Sorry, so we take this back to the old lady. What level do you get your first class quest? Is it 15? 15 or 20? I can't remember. I think it's 15.
How'd you do? Good day.
I might have to make a lore master tomorrow night when we stream tomorrow night. G says, how are you enjoying No Man's Sky? Great. It's been the main game for about 2 weeks, and we got about another 10 days left until the 22nd. That's the stream we play every single day at 11 a.m. Central. I'm having a great time with No Man's Sky. I was telling everybody at the beginning of the stream, I was supposed to be recording No Man's Sky footage tonight because I have 2 more videos that I was going to make this evening or this afternoon. But my bumper went out on my Xbox controller after 3 years, and my backup is the wired one, which Lucas chewed up. So I was like, well, shit. So I ordered one on Amazon, which will be here end of the week. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to go. They open at 9:30, so I'm going to go in first thing in the morning and hopefully find a controller of some type to hook up for tomorrow's session. I hope they have an Xbox controller. If they don't have an Xbox controller, we may be doing Lotro in the morning tomorrow while I install No Man's Sky to the PC. And then the following day I can just play on the PC version. Because I have Ultimate Game Pass, so it just switches over between the two. That's the thing, Angmar, like the old ones, like this wired controller is one of the Xbox One controllers. I've had this thing for probably, I can't tell you, 10 plus years. It still worked. The problem was Lucas got a hold of it and destroyed it. Damn cat. I went to pull it out of the box today and I was like, oh snap, I forgot. That's why I quit using that. Because I've just been using this via Bluetooth to my PC for like 2 years now, a year and a half, whatever it is now. So I use this for the Xbox and I use it for the PC because it's so great. Just double tap the front and you seamlessly switch between Xbox and PC. It's great. And with like all my Xbox, so I have Game Pass Ultimate, everything that you can play between the two systems, seamless transfers, cloud saves. It really is a nice ecosystem. I really do like Game Pass a lot. I also have a PlayStation subscription, but I do love my Game Pass. It's very convenient for content creation, being able to jump around in different places, do different things. It's a lot of fun. He was the chosen one. G says only found your channel today for your No Man's Sky videos, enjoying the playthrough. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. I was going to start the expedition tomorrow, I think is the plan. But the stream might be a little late tomorrow. I need to actually put an announcement out about that because I usually start at 11 a.m. Central, and I got to go to the store at 10:30 a.m. Central because that's when they open. 9:30 my time, 10:30 Central. I might not be back in time for the stream start. I might have to. I might be a little late tomorrow with the stream. At most, 30 minutes late. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's gonna depend on how quick I can find a taxi. That's what it'll come down to. There's no Uber where I live or Lyft, so I can't do on demand. I literally have to just go out the street corner and wait until something comes by. But I am quite enjoying No Man's Sky. It's been a lot of fun. I got my 3rd ship yesterday. It's really cool because, like, I'm gonna get sidetracked now, guys. I'll shut up. But I did the frigate I got like a couple weeks back. Looks like a Battlestar from Battlestar Galactica, and then I found a Viper. I found a ship that looks exactly like one of the Mach 1 Vipers. Same color scheme. So now I've got this thing in my brain. I got a bug in my butt, a buzz in my brain, telling me I got to do a Viper build and have like my Battlestar Galactica theme song going when I stream one of these days. I totally probably can't do that for copyright, but it'd be kind of cool to pop some Bear McCreary on and pretend we're doing that pilot episode 33. Gotta jump every 33 minutes, guys. Cylons are gonna get us. We watch it from Ireland. Nice. Yeah, I put the streams happen every day at 11 a.m. Central, which will probably be around 6 or 7 p.m. your time. That's when I normally stream No Man's Sky. I think it's like 6 or 7, something like that. Let's just say 7. It's probably around 7-ish your time in the afternoon/evening is when I normally stream the No Man's Sky stuff.
Please, leave me to my sorrow.
If this is what she wants, tell her I can't do it. It's Avery says, I love your Lotro videos. Well, thank you very much.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Maybe someday there'll be a cure for the sneeze I get around that breed of dog, and then not even when it will keep me away from my Eldo. Aww. Aww. Happy ending at the end of this for everybody. Let's see here.
It's terrible. Just terrible.
Yeah, these aren't going to be better than what I have. So I'll just take what's the cloak? Ugh. Yeah, they are all ugly as sin. We have a quest down over here to do something. Stolen pipeweed and fixing Falco's folly. Yeah, we need to go down there and do those. I love the High Elf starting area Thingle. It's one of the newer ones, so it's got an original storyline behind it. And I love the way, did you finish it? I don't want to spoil anything. Let's just say for those who haven't done it, I love the way the High Elf storyline finishes with you being deposited. I'm not spoiling it. I don't want to spoil it for you specifically, Thingle, if you haven't finished it yet. I'm trying not to spoil anything story-wise. Let's just say the starting area, it's a very unique intro to the High Elf, which is many, many years ago, which most of them are many, many years ago. But in this case, instead of ending up in Ered Luin, you end up in another place, in a bed at a place that we all know very well from the books, that is full of elves. And I just love that transition and the way they start you off on your journey. Oh, you finished it? All right, then I'm not going to feel bad about saying this. For anybody else, if you don't want things spoiled for the High Elf intro, this would be just mute me for a couple of minutes. You've had your warning. The High Elf starting area is really cool because it's its own little introduction. I can't remember how many years ago it is, but you're one of the High Elves that was around hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. You go through this quest line. There's a big battle. You almost die. And then you go into a coma for a long, long time. And then you wake up from your coma and you're in Rivendell. And you've been in a coma so long that you've lost all your skill. You know, you're an invalid essentially. And you have to regain your strength. And that's how you start earning levels, is you that go forth and you're regaining your strength and you're earning levels to recapture your glory from long ago. I thought it was a super cool roleplay storyline. Like a really original way to like bring a new race in. But that battlefield is chaos. That is a chaotic intro. I haven't done the Stout Dwarf yet. I've never had a reason to create one, and I'm not sure if the river hobbits have their own. I don't know if the river hobbits have their own starter zone or not, because I haven't done that if they do. What are we looking for? Are we clicking on these barrels? No. Oh, there it is. Barrel of stolen pipeweed. I'll take that. Alright, we still need a named somewhere around here. It's an open tapping system, so hopefully I can tag him. Yep, there we go. I'm so happy they moved to the open tagging system years ago, because now it's like World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online. As long as you're in range and tag it, you get quest credit. None of this bullshit about you gotta wait for the respawn. You do have to wait for the respawn if you miss tagging it though, but at least you can tag it these days. Gimme, gimme, gimme all your copper. I probably have enough hides to get through this tier of leather. I don't have enough wood. I'm gonna have to go on like a. What I'm gonna have to do is probably log in the morning one time if I want to do a harvesting run. You remember Archit being the cozy, straightforward starting zone? It was for humans and halflings, but Ered Luin has always been the starting area for dwarves and elves. I'll take the weapon. Oops. I didn't mean to click later.
Hello there.
Running to will. Nah. Gotta turn in here, and then we probably could turn around and start doing stuff around the edges of the swamps.
Well, the gall of some folk.
I knew those good-for-nothing Blackwall villains were trying to make off with my prized crop.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Prized crop. My pipeweed hill is on the... My God, I need to learn how to read. My pipeweed field is on the hill above Eldo's Swatbidge's home, east of Staddle, near the western edge of the Bidgewater. The thieves try to steal from everybody day and night, so you want to keep a watch for them. If you see their leader, take him out as well. Ooh. Pipeweed Defender. I love the name of this sword. However, please tell me those boots look good. They do. I'm taking the boots for cosmetic purposes. Let's go do this quest and get some booties. Gammy Boggs' farm. Oh, I see somebody. Hang on. Ooh. You are a tougher mob than your brethren. Not a problem, because I'm in the cheesy landscape difficulty. I don't want difficulty, man. I want to be able to do stuff on easy mode. I've played this a million times. I'm happy to just play for the story. We need another one. Alright, now we need their boss. Oop, oop, oop. He just spawned. Yay! Oh shit, I'm getting an ad. Oh no, that's somebody healthy. Okay. Go cheer them on here in a minute. Apparently lots of people need that. Okay, somebody's got their bear out. Alright, let's go turn in that quest. God, the people who have never played this before and the ability to like play this for the first time, like I've been genuinely surprised. I would have to go back and count, but I would bet it's over 100 people in the last week have mentioned on my videos that they have just started this game for the very first time. And that blows my mind, and it's also a really cool thing because they're in for a journey because they get to do all of this base content for quite some time before Moria opens up, and then when you get to Eregion and you're doing the quest in Eregion before you go into Moria, that place looks so different and it's so cool. And then Moria is such an... Moria is to this day probably after Plains of Power for EverQuest 1 and maybe Wrath of the Lich King for World of Warcraft. It's like my favorite expansion of all time. It's the Moria expansion. So good. Alright, we're taking the boots because I want those for cosmetics. And I'm just gonna store those over here for now. Let's I know I've got quests around here. Where's the nearest? I mean, either way, let's just ride into Bree. I want to go to the crafting hall really quick and burn through those hides, see if we got enough to do anything with to like get to the next tier. Tim Horn says if they had this for the Xbox, they'd play the hell of it. I mean, hell, if they had controller support, I would probably play way more of it. But I've played it so much over the years, and I just can't stand mouse and keyboard only. Which is why I really only, you know, my plan is to only play this like once a week. Obviously, I've done that more than that this weekend, but my hands can't handle long sessions of like days in a row of, nor my eyes. Just, I much prefer sitting back playing on with a controller. CRPGs are great. The Rogue Trader DLC is coming in September. Not sure if I'll play it. We'll see. Oh, I don't have nearly enough to get through the tier. Holy crap, I thought I had way more than that. Akami says, found your content through Lotro videos. Thanks for putting them out. Got me into the game. Perfect example. Welcome aboard. Excuse me. Alright, brushed light leather. Alright, while these are combining, I'll be right back. Yeah, another Lotro stream. Indeed. It was an unplanned one, Nim, because I'm only supposed to play this on Monday nights. But I was telling everybody my Xbox controller went out tonight, so rather than record No Man's Sky content, I was like, I'm just gonna do a real quick stream, readjust my plan for the night. I already wrote down the 2 videos. I'm gonna come back and do. I got 2 No Man's Sky videos I can make that don't require me to use the controller. It still works, but the left bumper went out tonight. So we pivoted. We're making lemonade out of those lemons. Greg says, after watching one of your recent videos, I decided to sub in Lotro. Didn't know they added legendary servers. It runs buttery smooth. Fuck yeah, it runs buttery smooth. Yeah, I do Reese, but I don't worry about it when I'm only doing small scale stuff. I mean, this is low level stuff. I'm not too worried about it. When I come in and I have like a stack of 200 Lebethron or something, or 500 stacks of, if I've got 500 that I want to plow through and it's gonna be 10 minutes of me swinging the hammer, that's when I'll go use the buff. But I usually don't use that VIP buff unless I'm gonna be crafting a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not right now. I just wanted to come in and do some quick hides and stuff and see if we had enough to get through the tier. We did not, but I am probably going to be able to grind through this right here. Let me double check something here. This requires brushed medium. Yes, it's all going to be brushed. Alright, let's make all of these. Wally West says, coming up on 14 years of playing Lotro for me, still loving it. Found your content semi-recently on YouTube. Excited to join here on Twitch as well. Keep up the awesome stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you're here for Lotro, cool. The plan right now is to play Lotro on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Central to 8 p.m. Central. Like 6 to 8, 6 to 9. In between that, I am churning out guides, and these episodes are getting cut into 30-minute Let's Play episodes over on YouTube. So if you happen to be watching this live on Twitch right now, if you don't get to watch the whole thing, don't fret. There's a separate playlist on YouTube for the Angmar playthrough, which is separate from my Lotro playthrough. And you can watch these in 30-minute chunks. They just started getting produced yesterday. I've got like 12 episodes in the bag already. This will probably be episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16. GM's Adventures said, I finally made it to a stream. I opened the stream on Twitch but couldn't check because I wasn't following on Twitch. So I had to join here. You have to be a follower on Twitch to chat? Did I forget to uncheck that recently? You're going to make me go look. Oh, follower? Yes. You have to be a follower here too, though, to chat. I was thinking you meant subscriber. I was like, you don't have to be a subscriber to chat. But you do have to be a follower. You have to be a follower on YouTube too, for at least 20 minutes. You have to do it for 10 minutes on Twitch. Hang on, Joe just sent me a message on Discord I gotta go react to. Joseph has played a lot of Lotro with us in the past. He was just asking if I was going to be playing around the holidays or if it was too far out. It's too far out. I can't tell for now. We are playing for the moment, though. Somebody's wanting to trade with me. Who wants to trade me something? Cool. Thanks for the medium hides, whoever that was. Happily take those. Use them to make my next set of gear. Toasty Chill says, I want 99 medium hides. Oh, we're almost there. Here we go. This ought to push us. There we go. Mastered the apprentice tier. How do you increase the size of the chat in the game? Don't remember, to be honest with you. I know I couldn't get it to work with the UI scaler the other day when I was trying to do my 4K resolution. There may be some settings. I didn't find anything yesterday. That's for floating text. Let's see if I right click. I never even thought about this. Can you change it through the filters? No. Text colors? Here. Right here. Right here. Right here. I found it. So this is, I was remembering this from last time. If you want to set up 4K resolution, you have to manually do all this, and it's the same thing here. Yeah, it's not in the settings. It's in the chat color filters option. So you right click, come to change text color, and right here in the drop down, this is why it's such a pain in the ass. Like, you can choose the text size here. And someone is saying the general tab, but like standard, you know, you could have to, but you have to set everything individually, and it's a big pain in the ass. Yeah, it's just because you have to do each one individually. It's just, I wish there was a way to just be like set all to 25 or something, you know. Because it definitely kills my eyes to have to, you know, it's a little too small. I don't really read the chat that often. We're going to crank these brushed medium leathers out. I don't want to go above the journeyman limit, so let's see what this gets at. Because we should be able to make a set of level. I'll probably make the level 15 gears. I'm almost there. And then, depending on what time it is, we can look at doing some more adventuring. You're welcome, Metro. Thanks for pitching in, James. GM's Adventure says, just got to level 12 on Angmar. I'm new to the game. Chose the champion. Champion's a good class. I love the red line. Now this is when I would love to maybe go get the VIP buff. If we're gonna go through 40, we're gonna go through 50 of these. Hold that thought, because we can show that off. Go back. I do want to go get the VIP buff for this. Otherwise, we're gonna be here for 45 minutes. Is it uphill or downhill? I always forget. I think it's up here. VIP rewards.
Would you do something for me?
Patron of Distinction. Have items that might enhance your adventure. Even in the bleakest of wilderness, you could use these fine items to call on all the services found in the finest of towns. Keep your service equipment in top shape and craft with great speed.
Greetings, friend.
We're gonna finish now. Alright, one of these is for crafting. That's town services while adventuring for 2 weeks. And then this is the subscriber's jug, which accelerates your crafting time. Duration 14 days. I didn't realize it lasted for 14 days. I thought it was a 24-hour thing. Alright. Crafting's going to go a lot faster now. Don't leave Bree without it, yeah. Alright. Now, this will go quick. Pew, 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 pew. Look how quick that blue bar goes with this buff. Now that we're crafting, I wasn't going to use it, but since somebody gave me that, we're gonna burn. Probably still not enough to get us through to 280. It might be just enough. We'll see. Either way, I'm going to do them all. Might as well. Alright, we digged 15. And got to Journeyman. Let's look at what gear I can make for level 15. Alright, let's see here. Medium armor, level 15. Can I choose? I can choose. We can choose between, and I don't remember if the stats change. 7 agility, 4 vitality. Nope, they all have the same exact stats now. So you just have to choose. Do you want the Dwarven style? Yeah, I think I want the Dwarven style. Let's take a look at all these. Footwear. I have better boots that are cosmetic that I can use. There's the gloves. There's the helm, which I will absolutely turn off. No. I think we're going to go Dwarven make, everybody. Yeah. I still don't care about the helm because I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh yeah, that's a more acceptable look, I think, for my hunter. There is no, it doesn't work like that anymore, James. It's just the same stats, at least for the lower level stuff. Maybe it changes with the higher level stuff, but the low levels, it's all the same stats. It's just, the only thing that changes is the look. It used to be, yeah, like the dwarf set was the tanky set, the elf set was the DPS set, and the human set was like the balanced set. But they got rid of that. I don't remember how long ago. It's been a while since they had that. Alright. Let's, whoops. Just ran into my desk, chair. Do some crafting. Okay, we want to make the tough dwarf. What am I missing? I need glazed leather. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 glazed leather, which means I need 6 lumps of wax.
What do you need?
Lumps, lumps, lumps. Lumps of wax. 666. Shift. No. Control. Which is the one by quantity? There it is. 6. Okay. Now I'm gonna waste these combines, unfortunately. because I can't progress Journeyman any higher unless I get more light leather to get through that tier. It's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Now I'm debating whether or not I bet I don't have the money for it. We could go check how many light leathers are on the broker and how much they cost, because I could totally use some light leathers just to maybe burn through the last tier. I'll have to do some math to figure out if I can afford it. Chrono says, Lurker here, wondering, just started playing a captain. If I'm soloing, I was thinking of yellow primary with red secondary. Is it doable? Anything's doable. The question is just, do you want to suffer through being a low DPS captain? The captains are not a DPS class, but I always choose to max out. I think it's Redline, the one that's all focused on like the pet, your companion, and getting your companion as beefy as possible. Thangle says, because the crafting is all relegated to the one limited role, should you just enroll in every single profession now? You can have 3. You asked, are you limited? You can have 3 for free, and you can buy a 4th with Lotro points. I did a crafting video that went out this morning, which explains that in great detail. It's all about the new crafting system. Matter of fact, since we mentioned it, I'm going to go pull the link and share it in YouTube and Twitch for everybody. But you can now have whatever you want, whatever combo you want. So you could theoretically be an armor smith, a weaponsmith, a jeweler, and a prospector, all in the same character, whereas before you would have to have 3 different characters to do that. It's freaking amazing. Love it. Let me get the link. Do they still have stats on that one? Cool. Mine may have had stat differences. I didn't see anything at a quick glance. Drop that in the chat for everybody on YouTube and Twitch, so you can go check that link. That is the new crafting system that you can check out for Lotro. I could swear there was no stat difference. Taylor. Leather armor. Tough. 60 armor. 7 agility. 4 vitality. 24 mitigation. What's the dwarf version? 7 agility. 4 vitality. 24 physical mitigation. It's the exact same stats. So maybe it's different for the heavy armor, but I know none of this stuff at low level. Let's check the level 18. No, the level 18 is just one simple version. You're welcome, Metro. Alright. I don't have that much money. Probably don't have enough to buy any light hides, but we are going to check nevertheless.
What do you need?
The light hide. How much money do I have? I've got a chunk. Sort by price. 1 gold? Fuck off. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be doing that. How big of a priority is it for me to get level 15 gear? Not that big of a deal because we're leveling pretty quickly, but I was given the hides. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. We're gonna make it. I don't care if I lose points. Done this a million times. It's not like it matters in the grand scheme of things. You'll eventually get plenty. I don't remember those things, ideology, to be honest with you. I don't remember that shit. I have it in my inventory, but I completely forget that I have it. This is what happens when you play medicated. I've got to think I can click. What? No way, man. No way. Alright, we want to make the dwarven set for the look. I need 6 spools of fine thread. Plus, it's just the habit of doing it this way for all those years. That's a hard habit to break. Spools of fine thread. Six. Yeah, let's do the level 15. There's no point in making the level 18 stuff, because... yeah, that requires a significant amount of more stuff. Alright, so we want to do the leather. We want to do the dwarven stuff. So make one of those. Make one of these. Make one of these. Make one of these. One of these. And one of these. Okay. Okay. Much more respectable outfit now. Still not perfect, but that's, I'm looking a little better. I'm still not worried about the cosmetics of this character quite yet. Soon, I will start worrying about the cosmetics. But that doesn't look too bad. Like, I need better daggers. As a matter of fact, I need to go check my main hunter and look at the daggers he's got, because I don't remember where I got those, but I have, like, Legolas daggers from the movies. So they're this curved... it's a really cool dagger set. I got 2 of them. It's freaking awesome. But I gotta remember where I got those. Definitely have to go check his character. Alright. Let's check here. I don't think I need anything else. Let's take a screenshot. Get a better screenshot over here. Turn names off. And punch that screenshot button. Screenshot that. And we'll do one more going in. Do one more right here. Hang on, I gotta get this one a little better. Taking screenshots for thumbnails for YouTube videos, man. That'll work right there. Okay, we're good. Okay. Name tags back on, out we go. Do I need tools? Nope, I have a... well, I mean, are you asking, do I need tools, or do people need tools? Thanks for the subscription over on Twitch, Avian Advent. Appreciate the support. The tricky thing about the screenshots in No Man's Sky is now that I found out that glyphs show up in photo mode, I'm trying to avoid it, but I've got a whole bunch of screenshots I want to take it. Me as an individual, do I need tools? No, I do not. I have a universal toolkit, which I bought from the Lotro store, which I highly recommend. I put out another video yesterday called, What Items Do I Need to Buy from the Lotro store? Someone had asked that during Saturday's live stream. What are some of the most important things to buy from the Lotro store? That video went out yesterday, if you've not watched that yet. And I cover things like the run speed for your mounts. That's a must-have. Inventory space is the #1 thing you need to buy. And the universal toolkit. And someone had said in that video, or in the stream, they were like, they had it in reverse. They think the universal toolkit is the #1 thing you should buy from the Lotro store. Because this allows you to get rid of the need to have all the individual tools. So otherwise you would need a tool for everything, right? You need your mining axe, your pickaxe, your lumber pickaxe, lumber axe, you know, thread and needle. Like you would need all those things, but the universal, it's everything. And this is the enduring version, which is like 450 points. The yellow version is only like 75 points. So it just depends on how many Lotro points you have. Where the hell did I put my phone? I probably left it out in the other room. Alright, I think we're good to do some more quests. Got a full set of gear. I probably have something in the bank, or in the mail. Yep, there it is right there. This will be my... It's my friend. If you choose to find a hearth at home, you'll find a little something extra for your walls. I can staff that in the back. This is the one I'm looking for. Flamber Took. Subject: pressing matters. Gather? No, that's for farmers and those that have scent of a trail. We are meant for better things, are we not? I think it's time that I provide you a new trail. Take the letter attached and bring it to me. This is our class quest. We're gonna go do this. Oh, that's a new picture frame. Cool. And that gives us the above weathertop painting, which everyone has. Oh, I need to put my cosmetic boots on. My booties! Hang on. Do I have to equip these first? Oh, it's because I'm doing the wrong one. Herpaderper! I was clicked on the wrong tab. There we go. Alright. And I want to start wearing outfit 2. Outfit 1, sorry. Wear outfit 1. There we go. Alright. So this is where I have those boots on. So instead of the other ones, I'm wearing these ones now. I do have some stuff in the bank I could look at if I wanted to start making myself look a little more cool. But I'm not gonna sweat it too much right now. At least I have the boots. That's the most important thing. Alright. Let me timestamp this. Because I'll clip this out as its own little thing for YouTube. 138. Alright, let's take a look at that letter. Renfail, I have news for you in Bree. There's a matter of importance that I wish to address, as I think you'll be able to learn an important lesson. Flambert took. Need to bring this letter to him somewhere in Bree. Alright. Thank you for that. Always love getting tells from people saying they appreciate the videos. Pressing matter. He's down south of us. Oh, I need to get rid of this helmet. I forgot when I was doing this. That in my cosmetic outfit, I need to hide the helmet. There we go. That helmet was hideous. All the way down, then we'll turn around. I'm gonna take a sharp right down there. When we can, past the Woodsman's Gate, right here, back into the alley, where you used to have to come to find the ghosts, and I don't think you have to do that anymore. Although there's the shade right there if we wanted to do that quest. Oh, there's a quest hub back here? Oh, these are Borrow Downs quests, I think, maybe. Maybe, I don't remember. What are these? These are Man of Bree. Are these the Hunting Lodge? I'm trying to remember if I remember what the Hunting Lodge is. I don't know that I've ever done the Hunting Lodge. Current quest. I'm pleased to see you. There's a matter that I think you could help with. At the same time, you learn a thing or two about your chosen path.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Oh, we're gonna get the bear head helmet. For those of you who like to wear it. I don't ever wear it visibly. It's hideous. Some people like it though. It's for Bree rep. I don't know that I've ever done those. When did they add that? I don't have a recollection of that. But I haven't quested around Bree in years. Okay, Justin just subscribed over on Twitch a few minutes ago. Thanks so much for the support. Appreciate the subscription. Yeah, I vaguely, if they're Barrow Downs quest, I remember that. I just don't remember it being called the Hunter's Lodge. Your aim is true and your eyes sharp, Renfail, but your prey is still weak. You're not yet skilled enough to hold your own against the foes you need to face. I may know someone who could guide you. Juthia Laney is a hunter of no small skill, and though she has little patience for the undeserving, if she feels you're worthy of the instructions, she will gladly teach you what she knows. Look for her at Adso's camp on the Great East Road, Bree and Buckland. Well, guess where we're heading. Let's check this out really quick. I don't know that I remember this at all. My standing is too low to even get inside. Okay, well, let's bookmark this because I'm gonna want to come back and figure that out. Do quests for them, unlock the doors. Why not? It's something I don't have any recollection of. I've not been a human in a very long time, guys. I always play elves and or hobbits. I've also played a lot of dwarves over the years, but I haven't played a human since probably the game came out. It's been a long time, so I don't remember that. Yeah, the elf update is soon-ish. I'm gonna say that with a smile because we don't know when it is. Erzis said they added that with the Bree revamp, which was years ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not aware of it because I've never really quested in Bree as a human. I mostly roll through and I only do the book quests. That's it. I might do the Barrow Downs quests, like the ones that are in the Barrow Downs, but I don't ever... Hang on, where's the... I don't ever come in here to town, really.
Greetings.
Alright, we're off to Adso's camp. And we are going to have to go back to that starter forest outside of Archit, I think. Or somewhere. We're going to have to farm some light hides to get through that tier. Oh, I'm not able to do borrow iron yet. Boo! I need to finish my copper tier. Title deeds, the Barrow Downs. What's up, maybe Torque? Now, I remember the last time I did this hunter quest was years ago, and I remember it being bugged a little bit to find the wolf that you need to find on the inside, and I wonder if they fixed that.
What can I do for you?
Alright. Back in here.
What can I do for you?
You say you're a hunter, but what proof do you have that you've chosen the right calling? Perhaps you should have been a minstrel like that Prescott fellow, who sometimes sings of my doings, or perhaps the calling of a burglar would have suited you better, like the hobbit back there with his eyes on Adso's roast. Still, you say you're worthy of calling yourself a hunter. I shall be the judge of that, then, for I have a challenge for you. A mighty wolf stalks among the fallen leaves of the old forest, but she displays unusual cunning for her kind, and is a menace to those who stray from the paths. Speak to me if you are willing to undertake this challenge, and I will go with you into the forest. There, I will judge your skill in bringing down the terrible Yellow Fang. Let's do it. Are you ready to go? We will travel into the old forest, and I will judge your merit. If you can defeat Yellow Fang, you might be worthy of my teaching. Keep in mind these 2 warnings, however. The old forest is confusing for the unwary, and it seems as if the trees move about when you're not looking. Even if you've journeyed beneath the canopy before, you might find that the paths are unknown to you now. And secondly, Yellow Fang is no fool. She will not challenge you unless you can somehow draw her out of hiding. Your combat ability, as well as your skill at tracking, will be tested. If I remember correctly, you have to kill everything, track, kill, and eventually she comes. But I remember the last time we did this, it was during a live stream a few years ago, and it took a little bit. The Hunter's Path. This is a great title. It is a great title. The Hunter's Path. Alright. That's what it's supposed to be, Torque, but the last time I did it, it totally bugged out. But this is legendary.
A terrible and vicious wolf called Yellow Fang stalks through the old forest, often ambushing travelers upon the Great East Road. The accomplished huntress Geetha Liney is resolved to ridding the forest of this savage threat.
Savage threat. Okay.
Greetings.
Yellow Fang is hiding somewhere inside the old forest, but you will need to show some cunning of your own if you are to locate her. I will wait for you to defeat the mighty wolf. If you are worthy of calling yourself a hunter, you should be able to do this deed. So, essentially, we just run around and kill everything, and then if we start finding ourselves lacking targets, we can track. Very borrowed downs, creepy ass music. Alright, we got nothing else. I'm gonna run down here before we check. Do I need to purge? Oh, you can't purge while moving. You can do all the other things while moving, but you can't purge while moving. Yep, there's definitely one over here. 2 over here. 3 over here. Good thing is we're getting medium hides, which is nice. Still gonna need a boatload. Okay. That's all of those. We may need to track here. Yep, that's the edge. Alright, we'll run back up, and if I don't see anything pop, we'll, Oh, I can't track while I'm moving either. New deed heightened senses. Oh, I forgot that we even had that on. I forgot that you got a deed for tracking. Well, we're gonna have to start doing that. Law says, not a fan of MMOs anymore. This game doesn't interest me, but I like you as a streamer, so I'll leave this on so you can have a view stat. Hope to see you pick up Subnautica one day. I know it was somewhere recently. I can't remember if it was... Oh no, it was Dave the Diver. That's what I saw on the PS5 the other day. It was Dave the Diver. Which was another one that looked kind of interesting. It had an underwater ocean theme. But I appreciate the view. Thank you very much for hanging out, even though it's not No Man's Sky stuff. Arger says, Renfail, first time viewer to the stream, but want to say thank you for your Lotro content. Hope you're enjoying the legendary servers. I always enjoy a little bit of Lotro. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome aboard. This game has given me thousands of hours of entertainment over the years, so I'm never unhappy to jump in. It was not on my agenda for 2024 at all. And then I made that video and it got like 35,000 views like overnight, and I went, well, shit, I guess we're gonna go play Lotro for a little bit. I guess there's still an interest. All right, I'll do some more. But it's not a main game. It's Monday nights are supposed to be the only night I play. The only reason I'm playing tonight is because my Xbox controller broke down, so I had to come up with something else to do tonight. So I figured I'd hop on for a couple hours, which we are approaching. I will need to check the weather in a minute, and also I need to check in with Chris just to see if she needs anything. But I want to do this quest first if we can. Justin says, more Lotro. Well, in a perfect world, if I hadn't played so much over the years, it'd work. But I've already got my schedules booked, so... We're doing No Man's Sky as the main game right now until the 22nd. On the 22nd, we start the War Within for World of Warcraft with the Guild on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. That's going to be the main game for a few days. Then we have Star Wars Outlaws. After Star Wars Outlaws, we have Space Marine 2, and then at Gamescom, we're supposed to be getting release dates for the Starfield DLC, Shattered Space. We're also going to get release dates for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. We've got Stalker 2 coming up, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Playing lots of games this year. So this is what I remember from last time, guys. I've killed and I've killed and I've killed. And I track and I track and I track, and I don't see anything on track, and I get to the zone wall lines. I'll track again. I wonder if I need to talk to her again. I do not remember how we did this last time. It's been years and years ago, but I remember this being an issue. of like I killed everything and I couldn't find anything else to get the boss to spawn.
How can I be of service?
And it's a long cooldown on track. Maybe Torque says I think this will be the first Lotro or first WoW's X-Pack I've ever missed. Well, I'm sort of new to World of Warcraft, so I played Classic, Burning Crusade Classic, and Wrath Lich King Classic. There she is. And enjoyed it enough to want to try retail. But it was always at the back burner, and then when they made the announcement for the World Soul Saga, and you know, the Microsoft buyout and just the change and everybody coming, you know, main writers coming back to the company after years and years and years to do a trilogy of expansions around the Titans and the Dwarves and the Earthen, and I went, okay, yeah, I'm totally down for that. Sign me up. So,
What can I do for you?
For those who are in the World of Warcraft guild, you've heard this before, but if you haven't, you know, I just made a business decision. It was like, well, I'm always going to get good traffic from MMOs. I get great traffic from Star Wars: New Republic, Lord of the Rings Online, EverQuest 2. When I do MMOs, I get good traffic. I've got good traffic from World of Warcraft Classic. You know I'll get good traffic out of it. So, looking at World of Warcraft as a business decision, I said I can at least give it a 3-year investment and say, because I'm only 2.5 years into the full-time content creation and streaming gig, so it's very easy for me to say, okay, what's a goal I want to work towards? And one of those goals was I could totally make World of Warcraft a 3-year cycle, of the 3 to 4 year cycle for the channel, and have it make up 15-20% of the content that I make. It'll always be there. There's always stuff to do. There's always viewers. We have a community around it. So yeah, World of Warcraft I really enjoy, but I'm also not. I don't play this game like that because I've played this game since launch. Same thing with Star Wars: New Republic. I have no desire to play these games that often. The way I've done this over the years here on the channel is every year my brother and I jump in and play something together like November, December, January when he has time in the winter time. And it's either Lord of the Rings Online or Star Wars: New Republic. Those are the two games that he and I play together, and we usually bring the gaming community with us, and we usually go together and do something for 3 months. And traditionally, we have done that every year. This last winter was the first time we did not do anything because he was really busy with stuff. And I said, not a problem. So I skipped Lotro this past winter, and I just went and did Star Wars: New Republic by myself. I think it was like last January, February, I was doing Star Wars: New Republic. January, February, March, something like that. I'd have to go back and look. But then I said, I'll just wait to do Lotro until the next time that my brother comes back again, which you never know when that's going to be because he's wanting to play World of Warcraft right now. So it was like, well, maybe next year. And then everything popped off of the Legendary server, and here we are doing something that I didn't anticipate doing. But I'm happy to drop in, you know, once or twice a week when I can. Tonight's stream is unanticipated extra. But it's nice to be able to jump in and do something, have some fun. Yellowfang is no more. I'm surprised, Renfail, but I have no reason to doubt your words. Could be that I misjudged your worth as a hunter. I will lead the way back to Adso's camp. It's Armada says there's footprints you can follow. Oh, I never even noticed that. Torque says, got a commercial at the worst of times. Oh, that's because, yeah, I can't control it. I know, you know, the thing with multi-streaming is, I know on Twitch, they give you notifications when an ad's about to pop, and so I could choose to like pause the ad or something, and I don't get that option with YouTube, and because I'm not watching the dashboard, I'm looking at Streamlabs, I don't get to see those pop-ups. So people get ads at random times. It's the same thing on YouTube.
How can I be of service?
The only way you don't get ads is if you're a subscriber on Twitch, you don't get ads that way. And I really wish they would add that feature to YouTube. I think it would be a cool feature, being like, if you're a subscriber of this channel, you should have an adless experience. I think that would be totally fair for the subscription, the membership that people pay, but they don't do it. You surprised me, Renfail. I did not believe you were capable of finding and defeating Yellowfang, and for that you have my apologies. You're a hunter of great promise, and are already well on your way to learning an important technique on your own. The ability to move quickly to let fly your arrows. Is the ability to more quickly let fly your arrows. There we go. I got a title and a hat. The hat I will not wear visibly, but it is not better than the one I crafted. No, I'm not going to wear that. I'm not going to. But, for those of you who want to see what it looks like, it's a giant bear hat. Watching that guy run around as a lore master today, though, made me... It has me... I love the hunter. This is the character that everyone voted on me to play, so I'm happy to play it. But at the same time, there's that itch at the back of my neck that's like, lore master, because I do love my lore master. My highest level character is the lore master, actually. It's funny, I played this game for launch, and I still don't have a max level character. That's how amazing this game is to me, because I have gone through and played, like, I've done Moria 3 times. I've done Burkwood, like, 4 times. I've probably done Lone Lands 15, 20 times over the years. I've done North Downs 15, 20. I just love... like the content of like some of these zones are just, even though they're a little dated now, they're still, when you get to the troll saws and you see the color change of the trees and the tree types, the oranges, and then you can see the world building team getting better at making assets when you get to Eregion, and then you get to Rohan. Rohan is like my favorite part of this game. It's just, and if you haven't checked out the Yondershire, I did a pub crawl of the Yondershire couple years back. That's a cool zone, man. It's one of the newer ones they added. We need to go back to
How can I be of
Staddle.
service?
Alright. I'm gonna ride back. I will be right back while I'm en route. So able to make a delivery request. Chris is gonna make me an Earl Grey tea with sugar and milk. Oh, well, thank you very much, Sin. Thanks for the content you put on Lotro. They sent me some superior vegetable medleys, which I can use at level 20. Let me reply. Too many requests. Slow down. All right. Well, thanks for the food that I can use in a few levels. I doubt I have any bank space. I do have a little bit of bank space. Put that in the bank for now. Also I'll put the headpiece in the bank. I'll probably never use the damn thing. Also put the boots in there. Scroll case. God, I'm never gonna need the enhancement runes because we haven't got to legendaries yet. Enhanced 6p supply. I'll burn that. I should be using these, shouldn't I? I forgot all about these. Let's burn some of these up. Do I already have one of those going? Nope, that's an extra one. Cool. 3 tomes of continuing swiftness. Those are good for 1 hour. Alright, I've burned up all those that I need to. Okay, we can go from here to Southbury.
Greetings.
BB Hawk says, what's a good melee choice for DPS tank hybrid? First time player, hope to do a lot of group content throughout. Well, champion, honestly. You can choose to dual wield or a big two-handed weapon. That is the DPS tank hybrid. It's plate wearing. It's meant to be a It's meant to be a dual wielding fighter, but you can totally play it with a two-handed weapon. You could also go Redline Guardian, but I would recommend if you want to do like a melee DPS hybrid, you should go champion. You will not be main tanking dungeons as a champion though. You will be assisting a main tank. If you want to tanky tank, I mean, you could go Warden. I don't like the Warden very much. It's a lot of combos and stuff, but they're a good DPS tank hybrid. The combos allow you to do crazy things. Big burst of damage, self-heals, AoE aggros. You could do a lot of different things with the Warden. But it is way more complex to play than like a champion, which is just wade into the middle and AoE everything. Or the Guardian, which is just bash everything in the face with your shield. Yeah, it's way more specialized here. Alright, we are off through the wilderness. Heavy rowing, let's grab that. That was an impressive sounding yell. Alright, we have all sorts of stuff we need here. First, it is... Okay, Neekers. We need Neekers. Do these count? Nope. Neeker Beakers. Did that count towards the quest? Yes. If I remember correctly, we just had to follow the water around. I could track them, I suppose, but generally speaking, just run through the marshes, you'll find them. Arger says, just saw you ride past me? Nice. Fennel seeds. Oh, I got a node. Oh, it's up top. Boo. I won't be able to get to it probably before somebody else gets to it. Doesn't hurt to try. I do gotta go find my phone. I don't know where the hell it's at. No. Oh. Grab that. Deciding between the champion and the guardian. Yep, somebody got it. Ah! That's what happens when you take too long. I like both. I've got 2 different champions. I've got 3 different guardians on different servers. I like both of those classes. I have a warden too from back in the day. I played a warden during the Moria Mirkwood days. ¿Ya viste mi phone? ¿Viste mi phone? Tampoco. Bueno. ¿Ya viste? Ay, deja ya. Ay, yo dejé la luz prendido, me imagino. Es porque yo estoy buscando este controlador hasta como 2 horas. Ha! Chris just found my phone. This was like 2 hours ago when I was looking for the controller, and like I left the phone back there with the light turned on the whole time. I was stressed. Like that stressed me out about my Xbox controller, and then I'm looking for the other one. I pull it out of the box and it's all chewed up, and I was like, no! Now I gotta go somewhere tomorrow. Stress! Hang on, I gotta see if this is legit or not. What channel is this from? No, screw you. That is not a legit trailer. That's a fake trailer. There was a link that popped up on my notifications about the season 2 trailer for Andor. And I was like, oh, really? Because the one for Skeleton Crew just came out. I've got a reaction video coming up to that later tonight. And I was like, oh, cool, they did the Andor trailer. No, they did not. That was somebody making a fan-made trailer. And Chris just brought me, piping hot and massively full cup of Earl Grey tea. Tep says, been playing No Man's Sky all day. There's so much to do. This game is insane. Dude, that game is insane. It has me by the balls. Tickling those short and curlies. you know, it's gonna have a limit with me eventually. We'll hit a cap, but I'm really like the video that I was working on when I realized my controller had given out on me. The bumper had given out. I can't do pulse drive right now with this controller anymore, which sucks because I use that uses that too, so I can't use the left bumper. But I was making a video about ships, which I am gonna do later on tonight. I'll do it in a different way than I plan on recording it. But the ship, so you know, like this game or World of Warcraft or Star Wars: The Old Republic or anything, transmog and cosmetic gear is like the end game. Like going into the, like obviously you get all the gear from the quests. You can do the skirmish camps. You get all the gear from the skirmish camps. You can craft your own gear. You can get hundreds of items throughout the game, probably thousands of items, cosmetically. And then you can go in here and you can get all sorts of cool stuff from the store as well. Like you can go deep in the cartel store in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars: The Old Republic. You can go deep into the Lotro store here. EverQuest 2, like World of Warcraft, transmog and cosmetics are huge. When I found out that you could have 12 ships in No Man's Sky, like that got my inner child all sorts of excited, because I now have 3 ships. I've only been playing like 50 hours. I have 3 ships, not even, it's like 46 hours. 3 ships and 1 frigate. I hired another frigate, or 1 freighter I should say, and then I hired a frigate. And I got lucky in that my first freighter that I got looks like a Battlestar for Battlestar Galactica. It looks really cool. And then the 3rd ship that I managed to find the other day it looks like a Viper from it looks like the Mach 1 Vipers. And it's just and then I was looking at Sean Murray's Twitter account. Last night we did a reaction video. I went through his Twitter account and I was looking at these hauler ships that you get from the latest expeditions, which have like fan wings. And I'm like watching video footage and I'm like watching do the water landings and I'm like, oh shit, I have got to get. So now I'm like, and then I saw the Minotaur, which is like the mech that you can get, that you can go around in this mech. I'm all up in No Man's Sky right now. That's the video I'm recording, and as soon as I'm done with this tonight, I'm gonna go record my ship video, which I will probably push out. Well, it depends on, I'm gonna see what I can get done after this, but it'll probably be the video for tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I am having a lot of fun in No Man's Sky. It's a good game. Well, thanks to my wife for bringing me a cup of Earl Grey tea. Earl Grey hot. I didn't want to do another cup of coffee. It's I've had too much coffee today. That, it's like 6 something. 6:30. I don't need to drink any coffee. Speaking of which, we'll probably go another 30 minutes or so. Yeah, let's factor in, it's about 6:20 local time right now. We'll go until 7, but I do have a hard limit because I got to get some videos prepped for tomorrow morning, because I don't have a 6 a.m. video yet, because the video I was recording earlier I couldn't finish. Well, we'll go at least another 30. I think I'm done with those, aren't I? Okay, we've got multiple things over here that we need. Let's purge the poison. Naked breakers. What? What's it showing me up there that I need? I don't know what now. Scouting the marshes. Dead ahead. Oh, we totally need you guys. For those who are playing on the server, I will be available on Monday nights if anybody wants to do dungeon stuff. It's not a high priority for me, but I am going to be available for those who want to run things. Oh, these are going to lead to more quests. No! It's all I need is more stuff to do. Oh, I don't have the key for that. Look at what the nice folks bought you, Silken. Oh, so somebody just turned in a quest there.
What can I do for you?
Alright, Neeker's in the marshes.
Would you do something for me?
Yes, but we're not going to do this quite yet. That's a spider quest.
Would you do something for me?
Sicklefly wings I can take, because we'll need to do those as we wander around. These are the two named. Ow, screw it. What are we doing? Let's kill them all. Metro says, if I want to be a solo hunter, what trees would you suggest, red or blue? If you're going to solo, I would say blue. Because blue is the one where you can cast while moving like I'm doing right now. You can shoot your bow while you run around. If you go red line, you have to stand in one spot. You can't move while you shoot. It does more DPS, but you are restricted in movement. I like to run around a lot, so for me, I like the nobility. Somebody left a wraith up. No! No! The guy I need is right there. Can I get in there and get him? Oh, I totally shot him over the wall. It worked! Question is, can I get him out without him leashing? Oh, yep. We got him. Yay! Alright, what else do we still need? Oh, the sickle flies. Dude, I want this guy's outfit. Check this out. Look at that. And then he's got a quiver. Dude, that's the outfit that I want for my character. With those two dealt with, I think our immediate concerns for Staddle will be closed. Return to watch for Redweed and Staddle and tell me of your success here. I will do. Sicklefly wings. You know what? I should track those, otherwise I'm never gonna find them. Sickleflies. Oops. No! Alright. I got credit. No, I didn't. Oh, I did not get credit. Or I didn't get a wing. Boo. That's not cool. Gotta be quick on the draw with these. I'm gonna have to track again. Ebola says, would you say your Ultimate Hunter guide from 2023 would still be valid for the progression? Yes. Yep. I don't think they've done any significant changes to the... Man, I got none on track. I don't think they've done any major hunter changes that I'm aware of that would require that guide to be updated. The Lore Master guide needs to be updated because they've stripped pets out. They did a revamp of the Lore Master, and Redline can no longer cast pets, which I was not aware of. Alright, we need spiders up in here. What got me into gaming initially? I've been gaming since I was a kid, man. One of my earliest games that I can remember playing was Quest for Glory 1. My uncle was playing Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, which was an old, like, early point-and-click adventure game from Lucasfilms, LucasArts. And then my other uncle was playing Space Quest. So I got introduced to LucasArts games and Sierra games very early on when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, something like that. And so just sort of always had played. And then evolved from single-player point-and-click games. Oh shit, there's a Wraith. Run! Into RPGs, and then from that into console games, and then from there into MMORPGs, and but I've been playing games for 40 years. Not quite 40 years, like 35 years. Is he still chasing me, that Wraith? I think we're okay. I even love gaming so much I got into it for a living. I've launched 2 game studios, I've published an MMORPG, I've published a tabletop RPG, sourcebook, and adventure modules. I've written some fantasy novels, sci-fi, fantasy short stories, and an anthology. We have a point-and-click adventure game that we've worked on for a little while that's kind of on hold right now, but the demo's available if you like those old point-and-click games. It's been about 10 years doing game dev. And then moved over to doing this full-time a little over 2.5 years ago when Chris and I bought the homestead and moved away from everybody and everything to live a quiet life in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of cats and chickens. Maybe a dog at some point. So that spider's not up. I wonder if we wait or come back. There's a Wraith! Kill it with fire! There's multiple people here. No, 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 no. Do not touch me. Yay! We killed a Wraith. Feels so powerful. I killed a Wraith. Spider Queen should be up now. There's other mobs here. There she is. I'll get to chat here in a minute, guys. This was a priority 101 here. I still need a watcher. Dun, dun, dun. What actually says, I'm playing Lotro for the first time on the new VIP servers. Is it possible to survive to 20 without dying with the random rat spawns? Yeah, do what I do. Run the fuck away. I don't stick around. Are you kidding me? The only reason I stuck around on that one is because other players were nearby. But I do not stick around. I run like hell. I want my title. And I'm playing on like the easiest landscape difficulty mode. So as long as I pay attention. Like, I had to go AFK the other day, and I almost left myself in a bad position, and I was like, nope, I need my title. Let's not do that. Let's think about this and move somewhere safe. The Wraiths are not that deadly. These ones are not. The ones that are like the big server ones where you need one of the rings to take down, I haven't seen one of those yet. But I would not try to face a Wraith alone. I don't focus on soloing them. Fuck that. I am not here to. That's not my priority for playing. So I'm happy to just be like, yeet, see ya. Now it says, I'm going into game design for university with little to no coding experience. Any advice? I'm much more creative oriented. Well, the thing is I don't have any coding background either. But as someone with 20 million words of print out there across various genres, I was a travel writer for many, many years. Creatively speaking, you don't want to be me. You don't want to be a creatively oriented person unless you can also draw or do art. Like, you need to be able to create assets or do... And you don't need coding to do that. You will learn things along the way, but you will either need to learn... Like, if you want to get into game design and you want to make an actual livable wage, and you want to be a team member that people want to hire, you're going to need to learn how to do game development. And game development is different than game design. Game design is the theory of the creation of ideas. How does all this work together? There's nothing wrong with learning game design, but game development is what builds games. So VFX artists, asset artists, character artists, programmers, UI programmers, engineers, server techs, and there are tools like Unreal 5, which has a blueprint system. So the point-and-click game that my brother and I have put together over the past few years, that's all done. Neither one of us have programming expertise, but we worked in Unity for like 8 years, and then we switched to Unreal. So we have a lot of engine knowledge, and that engine knowledge translates into you pick up how to do scripting and how to do basic coding and how to do this, that, to make it all work. And the blueprint system with Unreal in particular is very powerful if you're going to be doing like single player games, as an example. So I always tell people, like, one of the easiest ways to get experience under your belt developing is go create an Unreal account, go to the asset store. They give free monthly assets every single month. They have something called the Unreal University that you can do, teaches you tutorials, and you can learn how to build games using free assets. They're not going to look great. It doesn't have to look great. Pirate Software, by the way, if you don't know who Pirate Software is, he is a hacker who worked for Blizzard, who has a massive Twitch following in the software and game development category on Twitch. Highly recommend checking his stuff out because he has an active company. I do not right now. I'm kind of out of it right now. And he's always giving game development stuff. But like Unreal, you can learn a lot of stuff. It's hands-on. It doesn't have to look good the first time. You're just trying to make something that works. So if you're going to go to college and you're going to spend money on it, I would say that it's great to say that you're creatively oriented, but creatively oriented people don't make shit for money. You have to be able to take that creative orientation and turn it into a skill that is useful in a game development perspective. Because here's the thing. Every time a game company is starting a new project, this is what you always hear. Everybody's always like, "Oh, I wish they were hiring writers. I wish they were hiring idea people." Why would they hire idea people? Why would they hire writers? Those are the people who founded the company. The people who founded the company are the ones with the idea on the game that they're making. They're the ones who are writing the story. They might hire a lead writer and a team of writers to write narrative and quests and stuff, but they're the ones dictating the creative decisions from the top down. So your best bet is to pick something that fits a creative side of you that you can manage to leverage. If you like to draw, then probably character art might be something you want to get into. Character art starts off just napkin sketches and a sketchbook. You get better at that, and then you eventually progress into doing concept art, and then you sell your concept art as a freelancer, or you get a job as an intern, and you work your way up from being a sketch artist to doing character art to becoming a production artist to becoming a junior artist to becoming a senior artist to becoming a lead artist on a project. And that translates into learning how to sketch and draw, which then translates into learning how to do it in a digital format on a tablet, which then leads to you learning how to use tools like Blender and Maya and etc. to then take those things that you've created and put them into the game as a building, as a creature, as a whatever, shaders. You know, there's shaders and texturing and all that stuff. And then there's, you like the idea of shaders and controlling the lighting. Well, then you're going to take your art knowledge and you're going to pivot over here and you're going to learn how to do graphics engineering. So it's like there's a million ways you could go. See ya, Poteen. Art is your forte? Yeah, you're going to need to just focus on something like art production, asset production. Oh, the lights are flickering. The power might go off, guys. There's storms rolling through. I lost power last night, so I might lose power again tonight. Yeah, learn a tool like Blender's free. Blender's free to learn. That'll teach you asset production, asset creation. Definitely go to Unreal. Get an Unreal account. Go to the Unreal University. It's free tutorials on how to use their system, and you will learn so much about what it takes to build a game. Even if it's just a single player RPG, you could make a ping pong mobile game. You could do whatever you want to do. You will learn how to make a game going through the university, and that will allow you to then better know what do I really like the most out of this process. Do I maybe enjoy VFX a little bit more? Like, VFX can be a lot of fun, like learning how to create the actual visual effects that go on to things. Like, as an example, let me move this up out of the way. Here's my character, right? Let me get him down here where he's in the water. So when I cast a spell, all that, the green, the iconology, the colors, that's all VFX. Someone has to do that. And within Engine, there is a tool. I don't know the engine, how their engine works, but generally speaking, there's a tool that says, I'm going to take this animation, and if you're doing every single part of that process along the pipeline because you know how to draw, then you're the one drawing the symbols that then get animated with colors and VFX. You control the animation time, the cast speed. If you have rigging, you're the one also working on the character animations while they're casting. Like, there's a million things that go into game dev that people don't think about. But I would say, I don't know what classes your college offers or university. Focus on game development over game design. Because generally speaking, design is the idea of making video games, which is great. But game design is more about how do quests work? Like, how do the game mechanics work? What is the flow of leveling? What does level design feel like? Do I need to have this dungeon be shorter, longer? What's the class cohesion like? Is this a single player game? How are we monetizing the game? How are we, is it an MMO? Is it co-op? Is it multiplayer? Do we need an infrastructure on the back end to support that multiplayer? Do we have couch co-op? Is it online co-op? How are we you know, all of those things are like design decisions. What's up? Yeah, Chris just said the storm's coming, so that's what that flicker was, guys. I just said so. We should actually probably move back to town, because if the power is possibly going to go out, I don't want to be stuck out here. And we're sort of winding down to the end of this anyway, so we'll keep talking as we go back to town. But I am going to meander my way back, because it looks like there's a storm rolling in, and I'll probably lose power at some point. So, the end goal became graphics engineer. Already there, says Mempo. Graphics engineers are it's an interesting job, and it pays very well too if you get into AAA. Oh, and another big tip I can give you, Namasan. Anybody who tries to get you to do an internship where you're working for free, fuck them. Don't work for startups. Don't work for equity. You know, unless you really, I mean, even then I wouldn't work for equity. Like, just don't work for equity. Like, your first jobs, you need to be getting paid. So whether it's, you know, working something on the side where you're going to college, get paid for your time. Because startups are notorious for not making it to the finish line and promising all this in the moon with sweat equity. It's not worth it. It's totally not worth it. There are unicorn stories like Hello Games who, you know, built 3-4 games and then they had a big hit. There's the guys that made Valheim. That was a unicorn story. That shit doesn't happen most of the time. You want to get in somewhere where you're working entry level at an actual game studio, not a startup, but an actual, you know, studio. And like, a lot of people will shit on Daybreak because they've had some, you know, hiccups over the years, but Daybreak is constantly hiring fresh out of college for games like EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, this game, Standing Stone Games does this game, Dungeons & Dragons Online. They are old MMORPGs, but you can get a job working on an old MMORPG, which allows you to get job experience, which then allows you to translate into getting a better paying job on something that might be a more modern project. Don't work for free. Don't do internships. If it is an internship, make sure it's a paid internship. If you do freelance, don't do jack shit without writing. 50% up front, 25% at an agreed upon milestone, 25% upon completion, and before delivery of the final product. I could go on. I freelanced for 20 years. There's a lot of different things to consider. But focus on game development over game design, and you'll be fine. But if you like art, I would say you could start doing concept art for characters. You could also work on asset creation, and all of those start with concept art. So whether it's drawing, hang on, I have the perfect thing I can show you if I can remember where I put it. All right, so my wife is not a high-end professional artist, right? But when we decided that we were going to do a tabletop game, my wife was interested in doing some sketches, and I was like, you're more than welcome to. So like the print version we have of our tabletop book, that's my wife's art. She's not a professional artist. This was her first professional project. And granted, she got it because she's my wife, but still. You don't have to draw perfect art. And that was the thing, like we shared all of this on Patreon it was like a 2.5-year development cycle. So like I'm going to show off some of my wife's art. This is I'm bragging about my wife here. That's my wife's art. That little sketch is my wife's stuff. We literally took napkin sketches and pictures of paintings. You know, this was inspired by her watching the Hobbit films and the eagles flying over the mountains to rescue the hobbits. Like this is all, most of the artwork in this book is my wife. This is the back cover. We have a new cover that we've got from a different artist because we had somebody come in and do covers for all 3 of the products that we have for this. But my wife can't do character art. She can't draw characters for shit. So I had somebody else come in and contract it out to do the character art. and then I hired another character artist to do the book covers. Once we wanted the 3 covers for all the products, we got one artist to do all 3 because my wife can't draw characters. So knowing your strengths and weaknesses is key. Like, I can't program, so I always have to get a programmer to come work on my projects. But I'm a design guy, but I also do VFX. I also do world building. It's been a while since I've done either of those, but on the MMORPG we did, I did all throughout the alpha process. I did a lot of the dungeon design and the building of the dungeons, world zone production, the rudimentary VFX, which required me to, this was in Unity, I had to go learn VFX. I literally spent 6 months going through tutorials and learning. Justin says I was fresh out of college 10 years ago. That still counts, right? Yeah, Storm's getting close. And then, just as a follow-up to that, I am not an artist, but I want to show you guys something here. So, there's a really cool tool out there that required some learning curve. But all of these maps that I made are in a program called Incarnate, which is an online map making tool, which there's a free version and a subscription version. And I'm not an artist, and yet I was able to produce all of these things. Because the tools out there today are very powerful if you just learn the tools. So having an interest in art and knowing how to draw and everything else is a great first step. But a lot of what you're going to be doing is practical. Like, if you look at any of the game design or dev jobs that are out there right now, even most of the game design jobs, they're going to say they also want you to have in-engine experience. Like, they want you to have done in-engine work, whether it's in Unreal or Unity or something. So learning those tools along the way, like I've had to learn Blender. Probably don't remember shit right now. I'd have to go rewatch tutorials. I've never bothered learning a programming language because I don't like programming. Blueprints are fun though, and that's just basically you're creating nodes that you drag things around and make it all work. And it's the same process that you'll learn in Blender and other tools where you drag things onto other things to bring them together. But you will need a programmer for some things. Like if you're going to build something that needs a multiplayer backbone, you're going to need somebody who can do engineering. What are you looking for? Your phone? It's right here. Alright. I'll keep going, guys, but she's telling me the winds are really... I just heard a big crash of thunder, so... If I disappear before I come to the end of this discussion, I'm sorry, but we'll keep going for a little bit as I hang out. Because this was a good discussion, and I think it's important. Yeah, Blender is a fantastic free option. Zelnik says your wife has a lot of skill. The art is really good. The biggest challenge for my wife was she got a tablet. We bought her a Wacom tablet, and she had never done any digital artwork. So transitioning over from paper sketches and charcoal stuff and painting, watercolors, acrylic, all of that, like going from physical to digital was a big learning curve for her. And she was not happy like the first 3 months with the tablet. But after about 3 months of learning how to use the tablet, she got into it. And now she hasn't done anything since we moved here because it's just like we finished the project. And her thing with art for her is very much a hobby thing, and she did it for work for like 2 years and was like, I'm good. Like, I'm happy having art just be like a thing I do in the background. But I'm very happy that she agreed to do the project with us because, you know, we were able to get her art in here. Shameless plug, you can get a copy of this in digital format. The print version is not available. You can go to wanderinghermits.com or weaveandvoid.com for more information. it's a source book for. It was originally created for 5th edition D&D, but then when they did the OGL fiasco, we stripped it out and just made it D20 so that you can use it with Pathfinder or D&D. It's got the world rules and the first adventure for levels 1 to 4 in there. And then there's an associated novel that goes along with that, which you can get through Amazon, which is a lot like Dragonlance. And the main characters from the book are also NPCs that you interact with here. And those same characters show up in the point-and-click adventure game that we have, which is a demo, nothing more, because my brother had to move, and he's not working on it right now. So we're waiting for him to finish up. There are always emerging careers in game dev and game design as well, so things move so fast these days. The other thing is going to be where do you live, because if you live in an area where you can get a physical job, it's going to be better than working remotely, just for opportunities and growth. So if you're able to or capable of moving to a location which has a lot of game studios, you want to work for Bethesda? Go where Bethesda is. You know, you want to work for BioWare? Go where BioWare has studios, you know. Their job openings might be few and far between, but you can find every one of those major hubs, Austin, Texas, LA, Quebec, Ontario, like they all have game dev hubs around them. We chose Austin, Texas at the time for the foundation of our MMORPG studio because there was a bunch of studios already in Austin, and at the time the government was offering a kickback on taxes if you hired local talent. So that's an incentive to get companies to come in and do something. But there are a lot of ways you could go with art. I mean, there's literally so many different things you can do. So, I mean, something people don't think about is like everything you see on the screen right now is in some way, shape, or form touched by an artist. You've got someone doing textures and shaders for the cobblestones, for the brick on the walls, for the wood on the walls, for the shingles on the rooftops. Someone's doing the VFX for the water and the splashing. Someone's doing the actual water effects themselves. There's the banners. There's the Prancing Pony Inn banner. There's my character's cloak and the graphics upon that cloak. There are all the pieces of armor that have been created for my character. All of this, an artist has touched in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a character artist, a shader artist, a lighting artist. Like, there's so many levels to art in game dev. Look at the fencing over here. Someone had to create the fencing. Someone created that stage. Someone created the trees. Now these days, a lot of the tech, you know, like Speed Tree will automatically create all your trees for you. So it's kind of like using AI in that. But also the engine tools allow you to mass create grass and flowers and everything else. You set your biomes, but you could also set all the different parameters upon which things grow where and how they grow, and upon slopes or if they don't go on slopes. And so a lot of this used to have to be done manually, and it can now be done less manually. Something to think of. Justin says, do game studios have a person that manages the asset database? That's usually going to be like your lead. Project leads are usually in charge for all that stuff. So if you have an art lead, it's their responsibility to take everything that's being created and present that to the game director or the creative director, or if there's a liaison between the creative director and the art director, you know, they'll be delivering that to. But generally speaking, that's going to be your project lead. Mempo says, I know people that just work on clouds for like 2 to 3 days. Yeah, for sure. And also things like, I remember, I haven't worked in Unity in a few years, but the big thing with Unity was when they went to the HDRP pipeline? High definition rendering pipeline? HDRP, the high definition rendering pipeline. When that happened, this is probably 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, when they made that available. That was a big struggle for a lot of indie teams working in Unity because most of those teams did not have a graphics engineer on staff. And so going from the regular rendering pipeline to the high-def rendering pipeline was not something that someone should just quickly and easily do. It needed someone who understood the code behind shaders and everything else to make that work. And that's when you need an actual graphics engineer who has a lot of time. And I remember the guy we talked to at the time that we were looking at hiring was coming over from, he had worked on like Wing Commander 3, Wing Commander 4. He had worked on Shroud of the Avatar. He had worked on Tabula Rasa. I can't remember, a bunch of other games. And he was not cheap. Like, to have him come in and work for a year was like 120 grand. And he was like on the indie side of, you know, but he had 25 years of experience as a graphics programmer, graphics engineer. Someone like that could come in and do the things that need to be done, whereas your little indie team is going to be struggling to figure out how to make it work, and they might never make it work, which is why a lot of the indie MMOs that are in the Unity engine suck so bad, is because they don't have the staff to handle. No one knows how to handle the graphics rendering pipeline. No one knows how to get the optimization done. No one knows how to get the performance under wraps, because they're not willing to spend the money to bring in people who know what they're doing, because they're trying to do it, you know, with people who are working for 40 grand a year. And unfortunately, you're not going to find at that level, at entry level, you know, you need somebody with a little more experience. Because yeah, something like Clouds can take 2 or 3 years to make work. Yeah. It's a lot of work to make video games. A lot of work. And not every company does it the same way. Like, some companies use concept artists for a lot of different stages. Other companies prefer not to use it. And now with AI getting introduced into the equation, you've got some teams who are choosing to rely more upon prompts to create the original, like, concept ideas. And then once we have good concept ideas, pass that off to an actual artist who could then take that idea and render it out into something that's officially created by hand. Which is not a bad thing. I have nothing against using AI. I use AI for prompt ideas all the time. Like, here, ChatGPT, here's my idea. Spit out 20 different variants and add this to it and let me see what you think. And then I go, oh, that sounds like a cool video I could make. Or, ooh, that sounds like a really interesting way of approaching that idea. But I'm not actively developing anything right now. And I had my fun in the sun. I think we wrapped up. January of this year was when we wrapped up. And then my brother started in the process of selling their ranch in like September of last year, and they just got moved in June. And that was an all-consuming multi-million-dollar transition for them. So our point-and-click game got put on pause, which is fine. But there is a hour-long demo available for anyone who wants to go over to the Patreon page and download it. It's free. If you like the old King's Quest stuff, you might like that. There's no combat. It's just puzzles and narrative. Game design versus game dev. Somebody asked a freelance question too that I skipped over earlier. Let me scroll up. I haven't lost power yet, so. Answer one more question. I could swear I saw a freelance question. Maybe I didn't. I'm imagining things. Oh, that's what it was. Mempo said, are concept artists usually freelancers or full-time? So that just depends on where you're working. So like, generally speaking, if it's a respectable studio that has a budget, they'll probably have at least 1, if not 2 to 3 concept artists on staff. Usually it's going to be like the art lead and maybe 1 or 2 people under them, and they just come up with ideas all day long. Art lead's going to be the person who dictates the tone of everything. So color schemes, desert theme, this is the biome, here's your inspiration images you can look at. But then you have smaller teams that just freelance stuff out. So like the most recent project we did, we just freelanced everything out for our, this project, which was 3 years. We freelanced at about 30% of the art. The rest of it we handled in-house, but we did freelance. We did hire out quite a bit. And then the MMORPG project, we worked with, I think, about 7 or 8 freelancers before we hired a full-time art person. But we spent like 5 years working with freelancers, and then we got investment funding. And then once we got investors on board, we went out and hired a full-time art lead. So yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on the team and where they're at in their budgets. Because a full-time artist, even if you hire, and I'm using North American standards here, if you want to hire someone full-time in the US or Canada, you're going to pay. So you need to have the budget to accommodate that. This is why I warned about startups earlier, because most startups don't have the cheddar to hire someone like that. So they're going to try to work for as cheaply as possible. I've been there. I've done it. I will happily work with talented artists in all parts of the world because they are cheaper than people in the United States. And when you're dealing with a smaller budget, them's the realities, man. We live in a global world. It's just the way that the chicken is cut these days. So like I've worked with like Mikhail Gruley. I've worked with multiple times. He is a badass artist who works for Ubisoft, and he also works in the film industry. He's worked on Red Sonja, the most recent, not the Hellblade that just came out, not Hellblade, sorry, Hellboy, not the Hellboy that just came out like a couple months ago, but the Hellboy from like a few years back with David Harbour. He worked on that film. He's done 20, 30 pieces of art for me over the years. Really talented guy. He's like a mid-level, like price-wise, but he lives in Bulgaria. He's from Russia. He's a super badass guy, but he's half the price of somebody somewhere in the United States or Canada, you know. And then I've worked with a bunch of talented artists. I speak Spanish, so I've worked with a lot of talented artists in Mexico. Find great talent on an international level. So the downside to being a freelancer, if you're going to go the freelance route, is going to be it's cutthroat, and nobody wants to pay you shit. Like your best bet is to try to get an actual day job as a concept artist somewhere. But that's no different than finding a job anywhere else. You're going to be beating the bushes to try to find a company that has the budget to hire an artist, because I mean, even on the cheap end, if you figure in taxes, healthcare, everything else that a good company should be covering, it's going to be 60 grand a year for the company to hire an artist. Maybe 40 if you go entry level. Correct. You're in European Union as a graphics engineer. You're not making 120 a year. Correct. That's a U.S. thing. And that's just largely due to inflation and cost of living and stuff. Anyway, I'm at my hard limit, everybody, and the power didn't go out, so that's a good thing. Thanks for tuning in tonight. There will be a stream tomorrow morning, but I might be a little delayed because I do got to go to the store first thing in the morning and get a replacement for my Xbox controller. And I really hope they have a replacement because I live in the boonies and I don't know if they have an Xbox controller at this department store. I know they sell PlayStations and Xboxes and stuff, so I'm hoping they do have an Xbox controller. But the plan tomorrow is we'll be back for more No Man's Sky around 11 a.m. Central. And then I should be playing Lord of the Rings, No Man's Sky tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Central, and then we'll be playing Lord of the Rings Online tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central is the plan, assuming the weather cooperates and I don't have storms knocking out the power. Jasker says, right now game dev is in a very hard spot. As a game designer, it's good to know how game development processes work. For any game designers, it's good to know. But how to use blueprints in UE5 or Unity? Yeah, blueprints in UE5 is huge. I would highly recommend anybody who wants to get into it from any side, whether you're an artist or a programmer, an idea person or whatever, go learn blueprints in Unreal 5 and go through the Unreal University. It'll teach you everything you need to know to make basic video games, and that is knowledge that you don't need to pay money to put under your belt. And it's never going to hurt you to have extra knowledge under your belt. French Champagne says, just found out about your channel from a YouTube recommendation for a Baldur's Gate 3 stealth tutorial. Rock on, man. Yeah, I've got like 500 Baldur's Gate 3 videos. There's a lot of guides and stuff. All right. See everybody tomorrow. Have a good night. Oh, by the way, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff. If you're watching on Twitch right now, don't forget the day-to-day stuff happens on YouTube. So check out all the videos. I'm going to go record a couple of No Man's Sky videos right now and get one for tomorrow morning and one for later on tonight. Let's catch you next time, everybody. Oh, and thanks for everybody for the subscriptions tonight. We had a lot of new Twitch subs. I appreciate it. And also, I think a YouTube membership somewhere in here. I lost it. Thanks, everybody.